look at all the natural beauty here from years ago. The station has been open since the 1800s.
For 125 years, firefighters have answered the call from the historic Station 26 on Kinsman Road.
I think it's a jewel. I think this is a jewel.
Being able to say that you went to a fire and went down a fire pole that somebody 100 years ago went to, like, that's pretty interesting.
The walls lined with memories, photos, and generations of service.
Many good memories, many good memories.
It's always been like home. Yeah, the station was always, bigger than life. The men were bigger than life. It's sad that we're closing the station, but I think you would understand that it's inevitable that things change.
This is a story about family, brotherhood, and the bittersweet reality of change.
It's a very unique looking station. I think it's one of the greatest stations in the country.
It was the oldest continuously open fire station in Cleveland. So old and so historic that it was first built for horses, not for engines.
This has been pretty much like this for 125 years. You can see they covered these side rails to protect from the horses running in and out.
Every inch a reminder of the generations of service that came before.
This is my father, Captain Henry McCloskey.
Among them, Battalion Chief Zach McCloskey. His father, Henry McCloskey, joined the Cleveland Fire Department in 1982 and spent his entire firefighting career at Station 26.
He loved this station. Even when he was he loved the old stations. This station is basically like a traditional firehouse. Like, you walk in with the subway bricks and the old school and the history.
Zach and his brother would visit their father, witnessing what it meant to serve their community.
My mom would bring us up to the station, and actually I have some pictures of me when I'm like 13 years old in the apparatus, not driving, but sitting in the fire truck, and me and my brothers on the back. And it's just like, it's always been like home. Some fire stations are just stations, some are firehouses, but this is, I would say, is a fire home.
It wasn't long before Zach and his brother followed in their father's footsteps, becoming firefighters themselves.
This is my father, and I'm up here in the right corner.
They had the chance to work briefly together here at Station 26.
It was nice to be able to just experience being at the fire station and working with my dad and being, not only a son, but also a peer.
While Captain Henry McCloskey gave his passion for firefighting to his sons, he found a different way to honor his Station 26 brothers.
He did a lot of portraits of firefighters in the station. He'd paint paintings of them. They were on the wall for years, and then I think they're at my mom's house now. There's a firefighter here today that his name is Calhoun. My dad had a portrait of him, and my mom ended up giving it to him.
My name is Kelvin Calhoun. I work at Engine 26 on 79th and Kinsman. Captain McCloskey's son, Zach, ended up growing up in this station, and he became my captain as well later. So I was a fireman under his father and a fire under Zach as well. So I really admire Zach. He's like my little brother. Like I said, I've been here for 26 years, and my son actually grew up in this station as well. He's 26 now. So I used to bring him up all the time. And all our kids grew up together.
Adding to the already unique character of this home away from home, Station 26 is also known affectionately by another name.
Well, the Batcave has been our little thing for years since I've been here, because we was in the middle, like I said, of all the projects before. It was apartments as far as you could see. and we were right in the middle of it, so we kind of like hooked on to the bat thing. So we adopted the bat signal, which is great.
This firehouse is full of quirks, history, and a bond that can never be burned.
Have a lot of great firefighters that came through this station, and most of the people who work here, they love it because it's such a historical spot. I mean, you can look at all the natural beauty here from years ago. This station has been open since the 1800s, so it's like, it's a privilege to work here.
My name is Robert Reed. I'm a retired firefighter. My father was a firefighter from 1950 to 1980, and he did his whole 30 years at this station. So I have a bunch of memories as a kid, sliding down the pole and hitting the commissary up for candy and all kind of fun.
Robert's father, Claude Reed, was the first African-American firefighter to work at Station 26.
I do remember one of my fondest memories of this station and my father was the camaraderie at that time between the firefighters. And this had to be, I would say, in the very early 70s, you know, and the world was quite different then. But I learned a lot from my father, him being in the position that he was in. He took his position very seriously.
Like Zach, Robert grew up surrounded by the history and brotherhood of the station.
I worked up under Zach's father, Henry McCloskey. When I came here in '89, he was a firefighter here. Henry was a funny guy and a very nice man.
The men who served here and the families they raised left a mark that is still felt today.
I have great memories of just sitting here and like watching the sunset, and then all the passersby and the community that walks by, and just interacting with them, and just how they seem to always love us. And I feel like we try to do a good job and like take care of people when they're at their worst a lot of times.
After retiring from a career of serving others, Captain Henry McCloskey died of cancer.
It's kind of hard because hold on, it's good. Especially when he was here for years, that we didn't even have exhaust systems. So, you know, any of the exhaust should probably go up into his room, and like, I don't know if that's what caused his cancer, or, you know, but it couldn't have helped.
Even now, Captain McCloskey's presence lingers in these walls, a quiet reminder of the strength and heart he brought to Station 26.
He believed in hard work. He was just a very strong, courageous guy.
Captain Henry McCloskey's passing is a reminder of the risk firefighters face, not only in the line of duty, but sometimes long after the sirens fade. And while nothing can erase that pain, it underscores the importance of the health and safety of our first responders. Station 26 has stood here since 1898, but what makes it historic also makes it hazardous. That's why the move to a new station, while difficult, is necessary.
And I was going to save the things, the wipes that I use to wipe off my desk, because I'm very cognizant of the risks of industrial exposure to cancers.
Station 26 Captain Matthew Crockett's office sits right above the fire engines.
So the main thing will be completely separated from there, from our turnout gear and our apparatus. So I'm still going to bring the air purifiers, but I don't think they're going to be as clogged, and I don't need to clean them as much.
And he's right. Just less than a mile up Kinsman Road is this $4 million state-of-the-art facility, the new Station 26. It includes hot, warm, and cold zones to protect firefighters from carcinogens.
So fire apparatus themselves produce noxious chemicals, and being exposed to those noxious chemicals over the long term is not good. And so we want to keep our firefighters away from vehicles that are running particularly. And then we also want to keep them away from their bunker gear, their clothing that was being used during the actual firefighting, because that itself carries carcinogens with it.
The building is equipped with a new $32,000 extractor and a more than $200,000 worth of new air packs, turnout gear, and equipment, paid for with the assistance to firefighter grants. It's a move Medical Director of Public Safety Dr. Jeremiah Escajeda says will help keep our firefighters protected.
It makes me very happy. I think we can all agree that the emergency responders in our city, including firefighters, including EMS, they should have the safest work environment as possible. And building a station like this is contributing to that.
The City of Cleveland initiated the project in 2022 under Mayor Frank Jackson for a new facility. In September of 2025, the move finally took place. This new response center for the Kinsman area serves as the home for Engine 26, Engine 41, and EMS Medic 26.
They are not just places for the men and women of both fire and EMS to come and get rest and wait for the next 911 call, but they are truly a hub for our community. It's a hub for safety, a hub for resources, but especially on Kinsman Road in the southeast side, a hub for promise, hope, and opportunity as well too.
We want to make sure that we're taking care of our firefighters, our police officers, and our EMS personnel. And again, this to me is a commitment for that. We have dollars dedicated for our police stations, as Council Safety Chair Lindsay just mentioned. And we also have dollars for renovating our fire stations as well.
For veterans like Robert Reed and Captain Summers, the technology alone marks a major step forward in the profession they devoted their lives to.
The job was extremely dangerous back in them days, and the progress was very tangible from the time I got on. You could see how much of the technology has helped, made our job a lot easier, and a lot safer.
And when we asked what he thinks his father would say,
my father had a sharp sense of humor that I inherited some of. I think his first comment would be about time. I think that's probably the first thing he would say.
others who served at 26 decades ago, like former Captain Don Summers, have seen how much firefighting has changed.
It used to be when you started the engine, all you had was a big black cloud, and they don't have that anymore. So there'll be more technology, I'm sure. It's going to be all new, and I think the fellows should be looking forward to making the move. I'm sure there's questions that all of them will ask, but I think it's going to be a good move.
But even on a day devoted to moving forward, the grand opening ceremony of the new 26, reminders of the past were close at hand. A local photographer shared historic images of the old Station 26, giving Captain Crockett a chance to reflect on the place he once called home.
It's okay to be upset about it, but we can't let that outshine the fact that we're here to serve the people of Cleveland.
It's bittersweet for the firefighters at Engine 26, but it's a much clearer future that best serves them, their health, and the community. We met up with Zach again at the ceremony.
You know, I was reading about the old station, and when it was opened, I just looked at it. They dedicated it March 8th, 1898, and they're like, it's going to be this modern building. And you know, it's funny because exact same words, you know, 126 years later, that this is like a modern facility. Things change, but they're still the same in a lot of ways, and it's exciting. It's a new era.